Hi everyone, it's Lisa and welcome to Make It Monday. Today is week 15 in my series on techniques and I'm going to be teaching you bleaching. Please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you don't miss any of the upcoming techniques that I will be teaching. Today's bleaching technique I put a little bit of a twist on and I'm going to show you how I did this. First I started with a 1/4 sheet of Midnight Muse cardstock, and the difference is that I used the Illuminate pad. Let me show you what I've done. Using the En Franquet background stamp, I inked this stamp face up on the table because it was easier to handle. The Glimmer Illuminate pad has a silvery foily kind of finish to it, but it's very much like a Versamark that it leaves just a tone. So I'm going to put the Midnight Muse on top. Using a scrap piece of cardstock over here, I'm going to place it over the top and rub. This will transfer the background up versus trying to handle this huge stamp. Okay, so this is what we have. Pretty and shimmery. Now, well, here's where the bleaching comes in. I really experimented. I wasn't sure this was going to work, and it did. This image comes from Flowering Flourishes. There's some beautiful images in there. And inside here, I have a piece of white felt that I have put bleach on. Now, you don't want this soaking wet, but you do want it damp because it's going to take the place of an ink pad. You're going to dip the stamp inside the bleach, and then you're going to press on your paper. Now, as it dries, it's going to turn colors. And here's the cool part. Different colored cardstock turns different colors. So I'm just going to keep going. And as it dries, you're going to see that it's going to turn this cool pistachio pudding color. So I'm just filling this in. Now, it does have a strong odor to it because obviously it is bleach. Once it's dry, it doesn't smell at all. Now, the other important thing you're going to need to know is you're going to want to make sure you clean this off as soon as possible because the bleach will erode the stamp over time and it can cause it to be brittle if you live in a dry climate. I found too that if I save this by putting a lid on it, it actually loses some of its potency over time. Now, you can take this over to your heat gun and heat set it to speed up the drying process, but can you see how it's already turned another color? Isn't that beautiful? And then the shimmer paint still shows through. This is the card that I made with it. I didn't want to hide that gorgeous background, so I just double layered a button with a dahlia. And this is the Venetian Romance Designer Series paper, just to kind of give this just a play up on the colors. I just thought it turned out really pretty. Let me show you a few others that I made. This little piece, I used sponge daubers. Now, when you do this, make sure you're using a new sponge dauber, not one that you've rinsed out and cleaned that maybe had black stays on it or a darker color, because the bleach will add a compound to that. It's almost like a cleaning type of solvent, and it won't give you a really nice impression. Also, be careful with the dauber that you don't press too hard, because this was my second attempt. I made too big of circles the first time. And here's what I did with the rest of that. Created just a cute little circle background stamp for this birthday card, some of the new candy dots, and the washi tape. And my last sample, I did a very similar technique as the one I just showed you with the glimmer pad, but I just used it in straight early espresso. And then I sponged it to get a little bit darker aged look, and I bleached over it. Now, I don't know if you can see this or not. I'm going to hold it a little bit closer. But the words, as they went through the bleach, turned the color of crushed curry, which is really neat. Again, experiment. Different colors of cardstock will turn different colors when they're bleached. You'll see the brighter colors turn more pastel, the blues will have a hint of the green base, and the browns will turn more of a rusty color or of a curry. Lots of fun. So grab your Illuminate pad and give this a try. Next week, I will be teaching you another technique, so I hope you'll subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until then, see you next time for Make It Monday.